Okay. And next, coming to the subject. Okay, in the last class, we have discussed about a MTP, that is a medical termination of pregnancy. Anybody is having any doubt regarding MTP? Okay. Next, we'll go with the sexually transmitted infections. Okay, sexually transmitted infections. Yes, for experiment 1, you have to draw both the dissecting microscope as well as compound microscope. Both the diagrams you have to draw.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And next, coming to the sexually transmitted infections. Infections are diseases which are transmitted through sexual intercourse, are collectively called sexually transmitted infections. That means whatever the diseases or infections that are transmitted from one person to another person during the sexual intercourse, okay, through sexual intercourse, all these diseases or infections, we are calling it as sexually transmitted infections. Or these sexually transmitted infections are also called venereal diseases. Venereal means related to reproductive. Okay, reproductive organs. That's why we call it as venereal diseases. That is simply we say it as VD. Or reproductive tract infections, because these are affecting the reproductive organs mostly. That's why we are calling as reproductive tract infections. So there are three different names, that is sexually transmitted infections, that is STI, and are venereal diseases, that is simply called as VD, or reproductive tract infections, simply called as RTI. RTI. Okay. There is. And next, some of the diseases are mentioned here. Some are bacterial, some are protozoan, and some are viral diseases are given here. So here we can see gonorrhea. Gonorrhea. Okay, gonorrhea. Okay, it is a bacterial disease. And syphilis, it is a bacterial disease. And next, genital herpes, which is caused by virus. And chlamydiasis, okay, is a protozoal disease. And genital warts, it is a viral disease. Trichomoniasis, it's a protozoan disease. Hepatitis B, that is also a viral disease. And of course, the most discussed infection in the recent years, that is HIV leading to AIDS, are some of the common. Okay, this HIV, which is leading to AIDS, is also a viral disease. Okay, are some of the common sexually transmitted infections. So we can see here gonorrhea, syphilis are a bacterial diseases, genital herpes, genital warts, hepatitis, HIV, which is leading to AIDS, is a viral disorder, viral diseases. And next, chlamydiasis, trichomoniasis are a protozoan diseases. Protozoan diseases. Okay, among these, HIV infection is most dangerous and is discussed in detail in chapter 8, that is human health and diseases. There is a following, we have got one chapter that is called human health and diseases, which was under the chapter 8, human health and diseases. In that, we'll find a detailed description related to this HIV and AIDS. Okay, there is. And next, when you observe here, some of these infections like hepatitis B and HIV can also be transmitted by sharing of injection needles, surgical instruments, etc. with the infected person's transfusion of blood, or from an infected mother to the fetus too. Okay, when you observe here, okay, this gonorrhea, syphilis, genital warts, okay, okay, it's herpes, okay, okay, herpes virus, okay, and next chlamydiasis, the trichomoniasis, these are all transmitted only through sexual intercourse. Transmitted through sexual intercourse only. But when it comes to hepatitis B and HIV, along with the sexual intercourse, along with the transmission through sexual intercourse, they are also transmitted by other routes also, like by using contaminated needles, that is sharing of injection needles and surgical instruments with infected persons. That means if a person is infected, if we are using the same needle for a normal person also, and the surgical instruments, through that they are getting transmitted, and they are also transmitted through blood transfusion, and they are also transmitted from infected mother to the fetus, okay, through milk. Okay, and next, when you observe here, most of the reproductive tract infections, when detected in the early stage, they are completely curable. Okay, reproductive tract infections, most of the reproductive tract infections, when they are when they are diagnosed in the at the early stage of their infection, they are completely curable. Only a few, like a hepatitis B and a HIV. Okay, hepatitis B, genital herpes, that is most of the viral infections. Hepatitis B, genital herpes, and HIV infections. Okay, except these three, other diseases are completely curable if detected early and treated properly. Okay, so except hepatitis B, genital herpes, and HIV infections. Okay, other diseases, when they are detected in the early days of infection and treated properly, they can be completely curable. Okay, when you observe the early symptoms of most of these are minor and include itching. Early symptoms of most of these are minor and include itching, fluid discharge, slight pain, swellings, etc. in the genital region. So we'll find the infections very minor, okay, very minor conditions. That means they are very less and slow. That's why we don't find that much. Okay, the person who are suffering from this reproductive tract infections, they are unable to identify in the early days of infection because they are very minor. That is very less. Okay, like itching, fluid discharge, slight pain, swellings in the genital region. Okay, and next, especially when you observe the females, infected females may often be asymptomatic and hence may remain undetected for long. Okay, infected females may often be asymptomatic. That means they do not show symptoms. So that's why, okay, they remain undetected for longer period. How we can able to identify? Okay, absence or less significant symptoms in the early stages of infection and the social stigma attached to the STI. That means everyone will feel shy or will think, okay, will think in a different way. Okay, that means if anyone knows about this okay, reproductive tract infections, they think, okay, they'll think in a different ways. Okay, and most of the people will avoid such people who are having this okay, sexually transmitted infections. That's why, because of the social stigma associated with this one, so most of them, they will not reveal or they will not go to the doctor and do not, okay, and will not take a proper medication or treatment. So that's why, okay, they will become more and more infectious and causes most damage to the body parts of the. Okay, that's what we can say. Absence or less significant symptoms in the early stages of infection and the social stigma attached to the STIs deter the infected person from going to timely detection and proper treatment. So because of all these reasons, they will not go to the doctor and they will not take proper treatment. That's why the early detection is not taking place. If they are detected in the early days, they can be completely curable. Okay. That is. And next, this could lead to complications later, which include pelvic inflammatory diseases. Okay, PID, that is abortions, stillbirths, ectopic pregnancies, infertility, or even cancer of the reproductive tract. That means that means if they are not detected in the early days, if they are not treated properly, then what happens? The infection may spread to other parts of the body. Okay, this lead to complications later, which include pelvic inflammatory disease. Okay, that means the different organs that are present in the pelvic region are get affected, and it leads to abortions, stillbirth. That means the baby, okay, the birth of the baby will occur before the full term pregnancy or before the completion of gestation period. And next, leading to ectopic pregnancies. What is meant by this ectopic pregnancy means if the implantation of the embryo occurs other than uterus, like mostly fallopian tube. In most cases, it occurs in the fallopian tube. In that case, the embryo in the initial days it is able to develop, but in the later period, they are unable to develop. They are unable to develop properly. So that is okay. If the implantation or if the development of the embryo is taking place other than uterus, then such a condition we are calling it as a ectopic pregnancy. Infertility or even cancer of the reproductive tract, and in some, okay, if it is prolonged, it may lead to infertility. That means it causes damage to the the primary reproductive organs, and the production of these will be affected. Production of the germ cells or gametes will be affected, so it leads to infertility and even cancer of the reproductive tract. Okay, so what is why we are discussing this sexually transmitted infections here? Because sexually transmitted infections are a major threat to healthy society. Because under RCH, according to the World Health Organization, okay, not only the physical well-being but also social well-being is also very much required for the reproductive health. That's why, so we need to contain this sexually transmitted infections. So that's why it is causing major threat to healthy society, the sexually transmitted infections. Therefore, prevention or early detection and cure of these diseases are given prime consideration under the reproductive health care program. So under RCH, they have given this high priority for this sexually transmitted infection. How to prevent? Okay, they are educating the people how to prevent this sexually transmitted infection. Or even if any person is having, okay, they are educating the people, okay, for early detection and to take proper treatment, proper cure has to be given so that they can prevent the spread to the other partners. So that's why our spread of the disease from one person to another person. That's why this prevention and early detection and providing cure to the sexually transmitted infections has given the higher priority in this reproductive health care program. Though all persons are vulnerable to these infections, that means there is no exception that only this age people only will get the sexually transmitted infection. Such restriction is not there. Sexually transmitted infection can occur in any age group. But okay, in the recent studies, what it is saying means their incidents are reported to be very high among the persons in the age group of 15 to 24 years, the age group to which you also belong. That means students. Okay. So because at that age, they do not have much knowledge related to this sex education. So because of that, okay, because of the lack of proper sex education, they'll go in a unhygienic conditions, the sexual intercourse may happen. So because of all these reasons, the sexually transmitted infections are prevailing high in the age group of 15 to 24 years. But it is okay, but the sexually transmitted infections are observed in all the age groups, but a high privilege is there, or okay, spread is observed if it's the age of 15 to 24 years. And there is no reason to panic because prevention is possible. So here we can see, okay, sexually transmitted infections. Okay, they are highly getting transmitted, but there is a chance for a prevention. So that's why no need of panicking. But how one can prevent this sexually transmitted infection? One could be free of these infections by following the simple principles given below. So one can undergo or one can avoid this sexually transmitted infections by following the certain principles. That is, avoid sex with unknown partners or multiple partners. Avoid sex with unknown partners or multiple partners. Always try to use condoms during coitus. That means if okay, if unfortunately if anyone is undergoing sex with unknown partner or multiple partner, okay, that's why you have to okay, strictly you have to be fixed with the only one partner in your life. Then we can prevent the spread of these STIs. Okay, so avoid sex with unknown partners or multiple partners. And the next, okay, if unfortunately if you are undergoing sex with unknown partner or multiple partners, then you have to use condoms during coitus. Always try to use condoms during coitus. Or if you find, even if you find any infection with your partner, even if you are restrict to only one partner by by any reason, okay, the partner has got the infection, okay, this is sexually transmitted infection, then okay, better you can avoid. Or if you want to have the coitus, always use condom, because this is a barrier method of contraceptive, which not only acts as a contraceptive but also protects from contraction of STIs. And next, in case of doubt, third one, in case of doubt, one should go to a qualified doctor for early detection and get complete treatment if diagnosed with infection. So, okay, if any person is having any doubt, some irritate, okay, some itching, some fluid discharge, or some pain, or something related to reproductive tract is there, immediately you consult a qualified doctor and undergo the diagnostic test. and get a complete treatment if diagnosed with the infection. Okay, if diagnosed with the infection. Okay, now that is. So these are the different types of diseases and the steps that we have to take to protect one from a STIs. Okay, anybody is having any doubt?